Dust jump. His splash attack is arrows from the sky, which just shoots arrows from the sky. His magic projectile shoots bombs, which is pretty useful for some stages because you don't have to buy your own bombs. You could actually get pets with this person's bombs. Elemental Infusion, double damage when you do the XXXY attack, and his dust jump leaps up with a dust effect underneath him. So as you can see, the bombs also do a significant amount of damage. Once you beat the game with the Royal Guard, you will get the Saracen. His starting weapon is the Falchion, just like the Royal Guard. His splash attack is Sandstorm, his magic projectile is Sand Blast, his elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, and his magic jump is Pillar of Sand. Also, him and the Royal Guard's arrows are black. So as for the splash attack Sandstorm, it is just like the bear. You will turn into a tornado, and the longer you hold the button, the more damage you can do with the initial cost of some MP in the beginning and it draining on later. His Sandblast pushes back enemies, which is good for clearing mobs, and his magic jump is Pillar of Sand, which makes you jump with the sand effect. Next up is the Grey Knight. The Grey Knight's starting weapon is the Skin Sword, and we unlock him by beating the Barbarian boss. So the boss that we've been kicking his ass on normal, you just beat him and you will unlock the Grey Knight. His splash attack is Arrow Rain, his magic projectile is a bomb, his elemental infusion is magic enhanced hit, and his magic jump is dust jump. His arrows are also gray. For his splash attack, it's arrows which fall from the sky. His magic projectile is bombs. We've seen this before with the Royal Guard. His elemental fusion is a magic enhanced hit, which is the XXXY. It's base damage plus base damage. And his magic jump is a dust jump, leaps up with a dust effect. Also, there are two versions of the Grey Knight, but that's for later. Next up is Stoveface, and we get him by beating the game with the Grey Knight. His starting weapon is the Gladiator Sword. His splash attack is Arrow Rain. His magic projectile is a Genevia Toss. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, and his magic jump is Dust Jump. His arrows are also grayish-black, just like most characters. His splash attack, just like the Grey Knight, is Arrow Rain. Arrows come from the sky. His magic projectile is a Dagger Beam Toss. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, which is base damage times 2, and his magic jump is Dust Jump, which means he jumps with dust. With that said, the next character up is the Barbarian. You unlock the Barbarian by beating the King's Arena with any character. So just beat the King's Arena, which is located on the left in the beginning screen. Once you beat the King's Arena, he will unlock. The Barbarian's magic is Splash Attack is Weapon Rain. For his magic projectile, it's Axe Toss. For his elemental infusion, it's Armor Pierce. And for his magic jump, it's Dust Jump. His arrows, the end of them are black colored, and for his splash attack, the Weapon Rain is just like the Arrow Rain, except it's a different variety of weapons. His magic projectile, the Axe Toss, is just an axe being tossed. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, which is the XXXY attack, which is base magic damage times 2. And his magic jump is the Dust Jump, which you jump forward with a blast of dust damage. Anyone under you will get hit with this attack, just like any other character. So, like I said before, the Barbarian is unlocked by beating the King's Arena on the left-hand side. Beat the game with the Barbarian, and you will unlock the Killer Beekeeper. The Killer Beekeeper's starting weapon is the Rat-Beating Bat. His splash attack is B-Rain. His magic projectile is B-Shot. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce. And his magic jump is the Steam Jump. His arrows, like most characters, are black grayish color at the end, and his splash attack is that he makes bees rain from the sky. Magic projectile, he shoots bees straight forward or horizontal if you use your jump, and he jumps with purple steam cloud from underneath him. And like I said before, you unlock the Beekeeper by beating the game with the Barbarian. So once you beat it with the Barbarian, you will unlock the Beekeeper. The next character up on the list is the Thief. The Thief is unlocked by beating the Thief's Arena, and his starting weapon is the Thief's Sword. The Thief's Arena is located on the second row, left-hand side, all the way to the left, right next to where you run away from the deers. The Thief's magic goes as follows. Splash attack, which is arrow rain. His magic projectile is the Genevia toss. His elemental infusion is the armor pierce, and his magic jump is dust jump. Just like we've seen before, the arrow rain shoots arrows from the sky. The Genevia toss is just throwing a dagger. The armor pierce is the XXY attack, is just base magic damage times 2 because it's armor pierce. And the magic jump is dust jump, which leaps up with a dust effect, which damages all surrounding enemies. If you see a lot of duplicating attacks, the reason is because a lot of characters share the same magic. Beat the game with the Thief and you will unlock Sneaky. Sneaky's starting weapon is the Sneaky Staff. His splash attack is Thorny Vines. His magic projectile is Dagger Toss. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, like most characters, and his magic jump is Vine Jump. His Thorny Vines attack pops out from the ground in front of you and does multiple attacks. The projectile is throwing a dagger, and his magic jump, you jump with a vine underneath you, which attacks all enemies around you. Next up is the Peasant. The Peasant is unlocked by beating the Peasant's Arena. The Peasant's starting weapon is the Wooden Spoon. The Peasant's Arena is all the way on the right side, right next to the Corn Boss. So, the Peasant's attack goes as follows. The splash attack is Arrow Rain. His magic projectile is Dagger Toss. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce. And his magic jump is the Dust Jump. Just like before, the Arrow Rain shoots arrows from the sky. The Dagger Toss shoots an arrow. The Armor Pierce, which is the elemental infusion, the XXXY attack, is base magic damage times 2. And the Dust Jump leaps up with a dust effect that damages overlapped enemies. Once you beat the game with the Peasant, you will unlock the Civilian. The Civilian starting weapon is the Pitchfork. His splash attack is Arrow Rain. His magic projectile is Dagger Toss. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce. His magic jump is Dust Jump. He is a copy of most of the characters we've seen already. Just like the splash attack, the Arrow Rain, arrows from the sky. The magic projectile is a dagger, which we toss. Elemental infusion, XXY attack, is Armor Pierce, base magic damage times 2. And his Dust Jump is, he leaps with the dust effects that damages overlapping enemies. Following that up is the Eskimo. You unlock him by beating the Icy Arena solo. His starting weapon is the Fishing Spear, and the Icy Arena is located pretty much all the way on top to the right side. So, Eskimo's splash attack is an Ice Shard. His magic projectile is a Snowball. His magic jump is a Snow Jump. Just like the Ice Knight, you could do his elemental infusion, his XXY, freeze the enemies, and just keep doing that over and over and over to keep doing unlimited damage. His Ice Shards also freeze just like the Ice Knight. The only thing different is that his magic projectile, the Snowballs, do not freeze. They just knock people over instead of freezing. And just like the Blue Knight, his elemental infusion could be used unlimitedly to do max amount of damage to the enemies. Beating the game with the Eskimo will give you the boot. His starting weapon is the dual pronged sword. His splash attack is Thorny Vine. His magic projectile is Acorn Toss. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, and his magic jump is Vine Jump. Also, the color of his arrows are black at the ending. Splash attack, just like Snaky, is Thorny Vines. Vines come from underground. His magic projectile is Acorn Toss. He throws acorns. Elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, and his magic jump is a vine, which comes from underground. Next up on the list is Conehead. Conehead is unlocked by beating the Volcano Arena, and his starting weapon is the Lightsaber. The Volcano Arena is all the way on top to the right. Conehead's magic goes as follows. His splash attack is Arrow Rain, his magic projectile is the Bomb Toss, his elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, and his magic jump is Dust Jump. Just like before, Arrow Rain, arrows rain from the sky, Bomb Toss, he throws a bomb, and Magic Jump, he jumps with dust from underneath him. Also, the color of his arrows are blackish gray, like most characters. So for the next part, you are going to need a character that has been in the game because we are going to Insane. The character that we are going to unlock is the Open-Faced Grey Knight. To unlock him, you have to beat the Catfish on Insane. So choose the Industrialist or the Fencer, since their magic has literally just cut through most of these bosses. But if you don't have the Industrialist or Fencer, you could use any other character. As long as you beat the Catfish on Insane, you will unlock the Open-Faced Grey Knight, which is just like the Grey Knight. Once you get the Catfish on Insane, you will unlock the Open-Faced Grey Knight. Starting weapon is the Skinny Sword, just like the Grey Knight. His splash attack is Arrow Rain, his magic projectile is Dagger Toss, elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, and his magic jump is the Dust Jump. Also, his arrows are the blackish gray color. For the 360, you could also unlock him by having the King's Pack DLC. So going back to Insane, we are not going to do Pipistrello's Cave. So in Pipistrello's Cave on Insane, pick a character that you are good with so you could rush it. Primarily, like I said before, the Industrialist or the Fencer will make it the easiest, but if you don't have them at a decent level or you haven't beaten regular with them, go with the character that you prefer. But Insane is no walk in the park, and it will still take you a while even if you are in here with the character that you prefer. Once you get inside or to Pipistrello, if you hit the left corner and just shield, you could easily beat him as he will keep licking you. Once you beat the godforsaken Pipistrello on Insane, you will unlock the King. The King's starting weapon is the King's Mace, and his splash attack is Healing Cloud. His magic projectile is the Golden Dagger Toss. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, and his magic jump is Kingly Jump. His arrows are also made of gold, so they are yellow. His splash attack, Healing Cloud, heals you, and heals everyone who is next to you at the time. His magic projectile allows you to don't have the Industrialist or Fencer, you could use any other character. As long as you beat the Catfish on Insane, you will unlock the Open-Faced Grey Knight, which is just like the Grey Knight. Fusion is Armor Pierce. King's starting weapon is the King's Pack DLC. So going back to Insane, we are now going to do Pipistrello's Cave. So in Pipistrello's Cave on Insane, pick a character that you are good with so you could rush it. Primarily, like I said before, the Industrialist or the Fencer will make it the easiest, but if you don't have them at a decent level or you haven't beaten regular with them, go with the character that you prefer. But Insane is no walk in the park, and it will still take you a while even if you are in here with the character that you prefer. Once you get inside or to Pipistrello, if you hit the left corner and just shield, you could easily beat him as he will keep licking you. Once you beat the godforsaken Pipistrello on Insane, you will unlock the King. The King's starting weapon is the King's Mace, and his splash attack is Healing Cloud. His magic projectile is the Golden Dagger Toss. His elemental infusion is Armor Pierce, and his magic jump is Kingly Jump. His arrows are also made of gold, so they are yellow. His splash attack, Healing Cloud, heals you, and heals everyone who is next to you at the time. His magic projectile allows you to throw golden daggers, and his magic jump is a puffy white cloud.
Yo, chat, I'm gonna stop at level 30.
King. The next character up on the list is the Necromancer. So, to unlock the Necromancer, you have to go to Insane, go to the Industrial Castle. Remember to have a sandwich so you could open the front door to the industrial castle. Also, this is insane, so remember to bring 5 potions, which is the max amount of potions, into the castle. So if you're gonna die, just use a potion. The monsters and the boss here is quite difficult since it is insane. I did have to use a couple of potions, and I did bring extra sandwiches just for the lift part, so I could easily beat them by just lifting them all up into the air and just keep spamming the attack. Also, I did bring the bipolar bear, so when they got weak, the bipolar bear could attack them. Also, if you are playing this on the 360, you unlock the Necromancer by buying the Necromantic Pack DLC. Since this is remastered, you can get the Necromancer, like I'm showing you, by beating the Industrial Castle. I chose the Industrialist because, as stated before, I believe he is one of the easiest characters to beat any boss with, since he has the saw blades, which you can just keep spamming over, and it will just melt the boss like butter. Once you beat the Industrial Castle, you will get the Necromancer. The Necromancer's starting weapon is the Evil Sword, and his splash attack is Skeletal Hands, which skeleton hands come from underneath. His magic projectile is Kamikaze in the bipolar bit. The boss here is quite difficult.
Hold up, bro.
Projectile allows
Let me stop at 20.
golden daggers. And his magic jump is a puffy white cloud which appears under the king. The next character up on the list is the Necromancer. So to unlock the Necromancer, you have to go to Insane, go to the Industrial Castle. Remember to have a sandwich so you could open the front door to the Industrial Castle. Also,
I gotta beat the game, bro. Alright. This is gonna take 13 hours. Alright, well hold on, let me stop real quick. Oh my god, I got 30 of them. Oh my god, I can just upgrade all of it. Let me go do something real quick. Alright, chat. Hold up.